Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, cross your fingers. We've got Jack Glass from Team Hookup Guide Service. He's actually out on the water this morning, chasing some fish around with friends and clients. They're always friends and clients for Jack. He's been doing this long enough. Jack, first things first, Merry Christmas, sir, and thanks for spending some time with us on this Sunday morning. How are you?
Absolutely. We're in the spirit already, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I've got some great friends of mine. These guys are involved with the Northwest Steelheaders of the Sandy River chapter. And we're out as a bunch of chapter guys out having a great day fishing.
Yeah, it looks like a very nice day. It doesn't seem like it's raining too hard. You're not getting pushed all over the place. So overall, this morning looks good. Any bites for you this morning?
Not yet. We've caught a few this week, but we just kind of got started. I've got some pretty good sticks today, and that really helps.
Yeah.
You know, when you're out doing the bobber dogging as we're practicing today, you know, having people that can cast really raises the game, and these guys are real good. I mean, they already threw it in the brush and got it out on their own. I didn't have to mess with it. So, anyway, I think we'll do pretty good. We're going to find some. The water's in good shape today. We'll see what we can do.
Now, overall, you could still say, right, it's the end of December, but it's still kind of in the early part of that steelhead season. Up to this point, since you got started, how would you think that this season is kind of shaping up, Jack?
Well, I think pretty good. The majority of the fish that I've seen that others have caught and we've caught have been of 3 salt fish. They're a little bit larger because we had a good run last year. So we're probably seeing some of those 3 salters already. They've been running 31 inches, you know, 11 pounds. Real nice fish. I've seen a few smaller ones. We had one yesterday that was probably like 7. But, you know, I've seen some bigger ones. Is there a lot of them? No, I don't. The river's not full of them, but there's enough around to make it interesting.
Overall, how has the conditions been from the reports that you've been getting from around the region as far as river conditions go? It's been promising, difficult. What have you kind of experienced?
Water came up, but it's dropped down again. I think color's holding up real well right now. It looks like we got a real wet week coming up. And that'll be okay, because if that river comes way up, any of the rivers get a nice freshet, boy, that should certainly kick it into gear when that drops and clears.
Yeah, we definitely have a bunch of rain that's coming up to 3 to 5 inches here, at least in our neck of the woods. The coast is supposed to get hammered as well. Do you read a whole lot in what happens prior to a winter steelhead season when you're talking about the silver returns, the summer steelhead returns? Does that in any way, give you hope for this winter steelhead season?
Well, sure. I'm an optimist. You know, I'm a fishing guide. I'm always optimistic. So anytime you got pretty healthy runs, I can't help but think that the food content in the ocean was well. The juveniles did well for that age class, and it should linger for another year or two. I would think so. I don't know why our salmon's been down a little bit in the Willamette on spring Chinook, but a lot of the 2 salt fish, steelhead, coho, those have been pretty healthy runs. So I would think that, you know, our king salmon in the Willamette should bounce back in the next year or two, be in that same age class. Yeah, I'm always optimistic. I think we'll have a pretty good season this year on steelhead.
Well, let's hope. You know, obviously those are just indicators. Everyone, it just gives you a barometer of what may or may not happen, of course, with the winter steelhead run. But overall, it does seem like it's been a decent start around the state and up in Washington, for that matter, for you folks up there. Would you agree with that, Jack?
I do. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and shorten them up, guys. We're going into shallow water. We're adjusting our stoppers because we're going to drop in some shallow water. We're fishing right now. We're floating down the river. I'm floating in 2.5 feet of water. We got to be kind of careful what I'm doing. That's why I'm stepping off screen a little bit here.
That's okay.
I want to get one on screen. We want one live right here. We're working at it. I got some good guys here. Let me move over to this secret spot over here.
Well, everyone, Jack is actively fishing right now. This is not recorded. This is live as we speak this morning at 9:23. Jack, so you said that you're just bobber dogging. You doing anything different this year? Are you just running beads? You're running bait? Both? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm back on. I had to get set up. Okay? I Guys can fire away. I don't even have to coach them much. Just kind of get them close, and they're going to put it in the right spot.
There you go. Now, Jack, again, you mentioned that you were bobber dogging. Are you doing anything different? Beads, bait, both?
Well, you know what I do, and as you know, that's kind of one of the tips I want to give you today. Is, you know, I've been putting a lot of scent on my bobbers. You know, my the beads.
Okay.
You know, I have been using the larger beads, and I've been taking the Procure. I like Steelhead Combo, Sand Shrimp, and even the Addicted Steelhead scent has been working really well. You know, I take the bead and I squeeze it and just put a little dab right in that hole and let go, and it sucks right into the hole. And you've got a good scented bead for several casts. It will eventually kind of come out, but this has been a good tip just to scent it, and it provides some pretty good smell to it. And they really like the shrimp flavors, that Addicted Steelhead Combo. Any of those seem to work pretty well. It raises your game a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good tip. One of the problems a lot of people have with soft beads is that when you do scent them, sometimes they want to slide up and down that leader a lot easier. Do you have a particular way that you like to peg those soft beads when you're fishing with your clients?
You know, I'm using a 12-pound monofilament, not a fluorocarbon, and that the T bead that comes with the R&B beads, that seem to be pretty tight on that 12-pound. It holds pretty well. But you're right, he can slide up and down. You might try different sizes of beads, different sizes of leaders, but I have pretty good luck with my 12-pound, and it stays on there really well. These are kind of the colors I'm using.
That's a great bit of advice. A little bit wider diameter, a little bit broader line will help those T-stops. Those T-stops are genius that Brandon came up with, by the way. I mean, really, just genius. Jack, don't go anywhere, sir. We got to cut to a quick break. When we come back, everyone, we're going to continue with Jack Glass from Team Hookup Guide Service. He's out there chasing some steelhead. Cross your fingers. Maybe they'll get lucky and drain a bobber while we're talking to him. We'll be back in just a minute.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.